Hi there, it's Melanie Reese, your CHI Financial Stability Advisor, and it's back to school time. This can be a really overwhelming and challenging time thinking about how do I set up a learning environment in my home. Well, I'm here to share a few tips to hopefully make it easier and to let you know you probably have everything that you already need in your apartment. So first and foremost, I want to talk about lighting. You definitely need to think about where you're going to set up your child for their learning. Is there a lot of natural light? It might be necessary to get a small lamp or to use the overhead lights, but you want to make sure that there's enough light to read, to write, and to be able to video conference if that's what their teacher is doing. The next thing I want you to think about is seating, right? We automatically think that we need to sit in a chair with our feet planted on the floor, but that's not always possible, one. And two, doesn't work for everybody. Some people are more comfortable sitting on the floor, on a floor cushion or on a pillow. Some people like to sit crisscross, and that's where they're most comfortable. So thinking about what different options there are for your child. So you could use a coffee table with a floor cushion and have somebody sit there. You could have a chair and have somebody sit at a table, but you might have a kid who is a little bit wiggly, right? And so thinking about maybe an ottoman, maybe an exercise ball. I've got one actually right here. This is something that I use in my office, and this is really good for those kiddos that have a hard time sitting still. You know who they are, and if you've got one, that's a really good option. Some kids would rather not sit, so having a space where they can stand is okay too. So thinking about that before the first day of school and getting your area set up is going to be really important. Each child is so different. Another thing to think about is your desk space. We don't necessarily need a desk. If you have one, that's great. Think about the space that you already have. Do you need something that stays there permanently fixed so that your child can go there every day to learn? Something like a kitchen table or a desk? Or do you need something that needs to be folded away at the end of the school day because of lack of space? So there's different options. You can use a table. You can also use TV trays or lap trays. Those are portable. So if you have multiple children and they need to move from one area to another so that they can have a more quiet area to do their work, then they have a space that they can write on already and set up their materials. So thinking about that, you can even be creative. I was thinking the other day, you can use an ironing board. The great thing about an ironing board is it's a flat space, it's long, and you can adjust the height. So if you have somebody who might like to sit in the beginning of the day, and then maybe you can raise the height later so that they can stand while they're doing their learning, then that's a great thing too. So think about things that you already have at home that can work as a desk space. The other thing to think about is organization. You want to make sure that your materials are going to be accessible and together and ready at all times. When I was a teacher, I had magazine boxes that I would use for my students. This was a place that they could go every day, take it off the shelf, take it to their workspace, and they had everything that they needed. You can use pencil pouches or pencil cases. You can put everything that you need in there: pencils, pencil sharpeners, markers, pens, glue, scissors, so that there's not ever a time where your student or your child is going to have to look around for things. They can keep track of their notebooks, their spirals, their folders, any handouts. This is really great so that we're not having to deal, every morning with the question, where's my stuff? So organization is going to actually help put your child in the right mindset for learning as well. When they know that it's predictable, when they know that it's reliable, and they know where their things are, it's going to make it a lot easier for you too. And then finally, the last thing that I want to say is you have to think about your background. Because it's distance learning, and there probably will be times that your child is going to be in some sort of video conferencing platform, you need to make sure that what's behind you is something you want people to see. So making sure, doing a test ahead of time, what do you have behind you? You don't want the dirty dishes or dirty clothes or an unmade bed sitting behind you. So that making sure that you're aware, right, of what's behind you. Also knowing that on some video platforms, there's an opportunity to blur the background. There's an opportunity to upload a photo and make that your background. So figuring out all of that ahead of time will make it so much easier once the school year starts. And you can get really creative with it too. You can create a backdrop. You can use a towel. You can use a blanket. One of the great things is that we have some other videos coming up for you, one of which we'll talk about very affordable ways that you can find things if you don't already have the things that you need in your home. And then also really looking at what you have and personalizing it and making it your own. There's even an opportunity to win a gift card so that you can go purchase some things as well. So I hope you enjoy all the videos. I hope you know that if you have any questions about anything, you can reach out to any of us, reach out to your case manager. We're here to help you guys make this a little less stressful. These are new times for all of us, and we're here to support you. Thank you.